don't get disheartened. It's just different personality types.
You can restart your day at any point.
It's like those little incremental stages compounding over time.
No matter what your mindset is, time will keep going.
Have that macro vision of time and think about what can be achieved and never write yourself off.
You're listening to episode 21 of the Apology Void podcast.
Welcome, guys. I'm pumped.
Yeah? Why are you pumped today? Like, what's going on, ma'am?
Just want to ask you, I was just doing this crazy ass face movement as the countdown was happening. And you were trying not to laugh. Did you love it?
I did, but that's kind of like what we do in general. Although when I invited you into Riverside today, I wasn't sitting in front of my computer, so you probably heard just a bunch of sounds of me making my tea. No, okay, good. Yeah, you know why?
Because my headphones turned on.
Didn't even have them in. We're fine. But like, you know why you probably didn't hear all those things? Because my mic is working.
Your mic is working. It works straight away.
Episode 21, and we've got mics working, we've got headphones, we are connected, we are going with the flow, things are moving. It's a beautiful day. I can't say too much or else like I can't sing, I guess, like songs like that because
why?
Because we don't have the rights to them.
Yeah, true.
I guess this isn't monetized, so I could like probably do that, but in the event it were ever monetized, I can't share too much of a song for copyright infringement reasons.
Oh, yeah, right? Ramifications, right?
Legal ramifications.
Episode 21. Are we finally without technical glitch?
Yeah. It's wild.
We're not counting me not turning my headphones on when I first came in as one.
No. We had not hit the record button yet.
Correct. My blue light on yet? Just checking. It's definitely on.
It's on. We're doing good. But yeah, episode 21, and it feels like just yesterday. In our last episode, we were talking about how we're coming up on a year of podcast episodes, which feels nuts. Feels like we just started, but also like I've known you forever. And, you know, that got us talking about a few other things and about the passage of time.
It did. And I think this message has been coming up a lot for me in the last since that episode, right? Since we recorded, it's been coming up about time and spending it and how it just goes by. We don't really think about it. Like we do, we're aware of time, but it just does go. And it's like, I cannot believe that like you said, it feels like it's been forever that I've known you. But at the same time, I cannot believe that all of these small little actions that we've been taking has nearly I know we've still got 5 more episodes, so we're not there yet. But even so, has nearly become a year.
Yeah.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's a little mind-blowing to think about. But what you were saying with all of those like small little actions, it's one of those things that's also been coming up for me on repeat and in so many different weird ways. Like it's been coming up in a lot of different ways. There were 2 different books that it came up in for me that were recommended to me by other people. And then there's a meme that I keep seeing. You're talking about the small steps and like time, like progress over time and how things don't happen all at the same time. Have you seen the meme of like the burnt chicken versus the perfectly roasted chicken?
No.
Okay, so it's the burnt chicken is cooked for a short period of time at a very, very, very high heat. And it comes out burnt. But then you've got this other chicken that's roasted over a matter of hours at a lower temperature. And it's talking about how like perfection doesn't happen quickly. It's not something that happens all at the same time. And like, even if you want to get things done like right now, that's not going to happen if you cook it at a high heat and just try to get it done. So those messages keep coming up all at the same time. And so I figure today, let's talk about it, Sal. Let's talk about those messages.
What books are you reading? What did it come up in?
So I've been reading Outlive, which is all about your health and well-being. And it's written by a doctor who's really phenomenal. Actually, he started his degree in medicine and then he got out of that for a while, came back to it. It's a whole thing. It's written by a professional. I love it. And what that one really emphasizes is how it's a lot of small changes over a longer period of time that help you live a happier, healthier, more well-balanced life. It's a dedication to a process rather than a single thing that you do all at once. And then the other book that I'm currently listening to is called The Gap and the Gain. And that's about mindset and being in a gap mindset versus being in a gain mindset. So instead of looking at like this year, we're already in August somehow. I don't know how that happened. And for a lot of people, that scares them because they see how little of the year they have left and the goals they had at the beginning of the year. And they get into what's called like a gap mindset by focusing on how little is left rather than how much time you still have in this year to actually do the things. And you have this gain mindset of how much progress you've made up to this point and how much you can still do. Like, it's so exciting. And so it's this little like mindset shift of rather than looking at the little bit of time you have left, looking at that as an opportunity. So just super cool.
I actually haven't read either of those, so I will check them out. It's funny though, because almost exactly the same thing came up for me today, like the gap and the gain that you were saying. So it's like with the amount of time that has gone this year. So based on 4th of August, so it's 5th of August here, I know, but only 7 in the morning. So very start. 249 days have gone of this year.
No.
No, right? No.
No.
There are, was it 216 and 216 and 149 left.
Okay.
Am I getting it back to front? Yeah, I've got it on my notes from earlier. So yeah,
there are fewer days left.
So 216 gone. You're like, what? There's only 365. So when you hear a 2 in front of the number, it's like, hang on a minute. And then 116 left. But it's true because we were talking about you can look at that like that 116 and go, oh my gosh, my goals are over. I can't get anything done. There's not enough time. I haven't done already what I said I was going to do in those 249 days. So why would I be able to do it in 100 and I'm saying the numbers wrong. You get the point. Why would I be able to do it in the rest of the year? 149, 216, 149. But on the other side of the coin, that is still 149 days. And if you switch into that gain mindset, I haven't read the book, but I'm reading between the lines, into that gain mindset, that's still setting you up for future weeks and months and years. Because when this year's over, it's not, all right, great. You know, our goals roll over and they improve and they expand and they reset. And, you know, when we work in a calendar year, it doesn't just end and then we restart from zero.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things where you can restart your day at any point. You can restart your year at any point just because we count days on like a 365-day calendar or a 24-hour day or a 60-hour minute or 60-minute hour. Like, that doesn't mean that you have to live within those constraints mentally. Like, it doesn't all just end at some point. Like, it doesn't end because it's January 1st. You don't just like cease to exist in this kind of universe and start in a new one. It's all a mindset and a mindset shift. And so some people look at the end of the year as this really big depressing thing. And I feel like that's such a disservice to themselves. Like, you're doing yourself such a disservice by saying like, oh, I didn't do these things, or it's the end of the year, like I'm not looking forward to it. It really is just this mindset, and time, no matter what your mindset is, time will keep going. So, like, you have the choice to do with that time something epic or something not. So, do with that what you will. I'm like putting my hands out, gifting it toward the computer here.
There you
Here
go.
you are. Here you are. Like, is that coming
Here
up
is
for
my
you?
gift.
Is that coming up for you in other ways? Like, you said it's been coming up a lot recently.
Yeah, it's more, I guess, absolutely. And I just want to add to that. That's, we're talking about like on macro level here. It applies, as you said, on the day as well. And this comes up, I think, in health journeys. So when we're thinking about food and people are on the right track and changing habits and things, and then they have a slip, let's just say unhealthy, I'm having a cheat meal, whatever. So they have a bit of chocolate or something, or they have some chips, or they have a burger, like a Macca's burger. And then they're like, oh, well, today's done with. I've already ruined today. I may as well just write off the rest of the day.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter if you have a bit of chocolate or a burger. The same applies to anything in goals. A little slip or a slip. I hate using food as an analogy because I'm all for balance, but that's on a micro level. When daily things happen, you just get back up and you keep going, right? Because that doesn't form the rest of your day. One change in a week doesn't form the rest of your week, and the same for a year. Like, say if, all the technical glitches we had on this podcast at the beginning or in the beginning, even coming into even this year, like I think the first 5 or 6 episodes, there was it's just thing after thing. We could have gone, nah, like we just can't get it right. It's all too hard. Let's not worry about it.
Yeah.
But one week we changed, and then one week we had better audio. Then the next week we had better visual. Then the next week we were, using a different software. It's just those little steps that were happening all the time rather than throwing your hands up. Anyway, that was my just going back to what you were saying. But yeah, the compound has been coming up for me as well. Like talking about this time, talking about mindset of that gap and that gain you were referring to, and just that's a book that comes to mind is The Slight Edge. Have you read The Slight Edge?
No.
I have it right here, actually. Slight Edge, Jeff Olson.
Okay.
Right in front of me.
I'm writing it down before I forget.
Yeah, and I can send it to you like this. Anyway, that talks about that. It's like those little incremental stages compounding over time. You won't see any results in day one,
Right.
or day 2 or day 3 or week 1 or week 2 in anything, but over time. And we underestimate, I think I'm going on 100 different brain things here, but I think we overestimate what we can achieve in the short term and way underestimate what we can achieve in the long term.
Yeah. Yes.
Agreed. Because of that switching off. Oh, I've only got 149 days left in the year. Nothing can happen.
Everything can happen.
Everything can happen. Those 149 days setting you up.
Everything can happen in like even 24 hours, even in an hour. And like, I know you said you didn't want to relate to it in food. So one of the ways that I relate to things is attitude. Like if I wake up and I wake up to an email or a message that's really disheartening or disappointing, I could let that impact my whole day and say from there on out, like, we're just going to quit, go to bed, start again tomorrow. We're just done. Or I could say, okay, well, this has impacted me for these 5 minutes. Here's the thing I'm doing about it. And now I have the rest of the day. What am I going to do with the rest of the day? The rest of the day is just like my oyster. The world is your oyster. Like you can do all of the things you want to. Now, as you said, you overestimate how much you can actually accomplish in a day. A lot of the time. And as someone who's a little bit neurospicy, my evaluation of time and how long things take is just a little off. Just a little off. So sometimes I give myself a much longer to-do list than I can actually achieve, which is why I've switched more to a to-done list. Things that I've actually accomplished. So I'm looking at the list of things that I've done versus what's left. And I feel like that's just like, you can apply that in every area of your life. Like what are your gains in the gym? People will, if they don't have like an instantaneous win, or they instantaneously feel better or change pant size or gain muscle or whatever, they'll say it's not worth it. Or
Mm.
because you can't walk 4 miles today, like I may as well not at all. It's it's this all or nothing mindset that I feel like we can just pitch it and throw it in the trash and put it out at the curb and say, all right, it's trash day here, we're done. With the
Mm.
mindset of things aren't good enough.
Mm. 100%. And in all transparency, I am that person. Like, I am all or nothing more often than not. And this is something that I'm still working on, and probably why it's been coming up for me, because they say that you tend to hear things over and over that you need to hear at the time, right?
Yes.
So I have historically been and still am an all or nothing. So I will be like going hardcore for like a month or a week or a day. And I'll be like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm finished. I've had enough. Not in those words, but I'm completely exaggerating. But if I'm in, I'm in. But if I'm out, I'm right out. I'm out the back door. Like, I'm done. Right.
We
And
are
I actually,
finished.
oh yeah, finished. So I am working on that, and that's probably why it's been coming up. So I'm saying this knowing that I'm also going to be working on this daily, not writing off time, etc. Speaking of to-do lists, it's funny because I was talking to my sister about this the other day, and she was the same. She's like, my list is just so long. Like, I start writing and then I get overwhelmed because I've got 100 things on my list. I actually saw someone once do, because I think we all do that. Does everybody write lists where they've got just an A4 page in every line? I,
No,
oh, they don't.
no, not everyone does that.
Oh, I thought everybody did that. Okay,
Nope.
so,
And
so
it's
the nearest.
so unfortunate. Do I do that? Absolutely. Absolutely I do. But no, I have found out that that's not
Oh,
something
oh,
everyone
people are
does.
sensible with their lists. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, this might help. This might help us. I saw someone do this list. You do jot down everything for a brain dump, because I think that does help people that are maybe
Yes.
similar to us. Then, like, you just you need to get everything out. Like, I write things on my list. Like, I'll have a little cleaning, and then I've got subsections of cleaning because I need to know exactly what I need to clean. For example, ridiculous. I get it. But then you do a line on the top of the page, and you bring up the most important thing, the biggest priority. So anything below that line, you actually don't look at. You cover, like with another piece of paper, and you just put the top priority and you complete that task. Then you can feel that's like your accomplishment for that day.
Yeah.
And you can either bring up another, or you go, no, like that goes on to the next, etc. Or to one or two or three things, whatever works for your brain. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I really love that. I have to
I'm
brain
not
dump.
saying.
When I'm feeling overwhelmed, brain dumping is like the way that I do things. But one of the other methods I read about recently was naming 3 wins. So at the end of every day, you name 3 wins from that day, and then you also list out 3 wins for the next day. So you
Oh,
write ahead of time the 3 things that are going to be wins the next day. So you put yourself in this mindset of these are the 3 things that are the most important, and these are the 3 things I'm going to focus on, and these are the 3 things I'm going to win at. They are already wins in your brain when you wake up the next morning. You have them written down physically so that they are ready to go, so that they are ready to be an awesome, wonderful win for you.
I love that, actually. That's really good. And that sort
Yeah.
of, we were just talking about what you can achieve over time, of what suddenly becomes 1 year. If you're writing down your win, like at the end of the day, you're like, yay, this is what I did today. Yay, this is what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's like setting up, not only tomorrow, it's setting up the day, the week, the month, the year. And then all of a sudden in 1 year's time, you'll have had all these wins that you planned for. Like that if you're writing them the day before, you planned for that win. That's
Correct.
huge. It doesn't even have to be, it doesn't even have to be 3. Because I know if I know you, I know me, I think I know you. I'll write down 3 like gigantor things. for the next day that could possibly be achieved in 3 months. Like, I'll think, oh, I'm going to do that in 1 day. No.
Yeah.
I'm not, that can be small. Let's go back to Jeff Olson, the Slight Edge. Small wins. Doesn't have to be like write a novel in 1 day. Just saying. If you are writing a novel, write 1 paragraph or 1 page.
Or make it a time thing. Like, I will spend 15 minutes writing. And then it's not even how much you wrote or the quality of the content. It's that you spent that time dedicated to that craft.
100%.
I made the mistake last night of making my 3 wins for today 2-parters. And so it was more like 6 wins because I was like, I could do better than that. Well, we'll adjust that for tomorrow. We'll make a small adjustment. We're practicing.
Scale back. We're practicing. We're still learning over here. We're still learning over here.
Yeah, other things came up, and the 3 big things that I said were going to be wins for today, they're done. They have been won.
That's amazing.
We have won them. It is 4:30 p.m. here. I know it's like 7:30 a.m. there, but it's 4:30 p.m. here, and I have done my big things, and that makes me feel very good.
Yeah,
very good.
It's nice when you tick them off early. I think everybody's personality is different, and I was learning about this as well recently. About some people wake up and they're productive straight up, like their best work is done a.m. Some people, like, absolutely not. They'll be doing their best work at 8 p.m. at night.
Correct.
And you hear about all these, I guess, I can't think of the word, but like accepted, you must get up and do this in the morning and this and then this and then this. That actually doesn't work for some people. So if you do your best work in the morning, great. Wake up, look at your goals, look at your wins, get prepared for the day and get working on them straight away. If that's not you, if you work on them at 4:30 in the afternoon, when it's everybody else is working at 6 in the morning, don't get disheartened. It's just different personality types.
Right. Like, it's actually genetically different as well. Like, personality and genetics play into that. So I actually did a mouth swab test recently that broke down some of my health factors. And one of them was about your most productive hours of the day. Based on my genetics. They knew nothing about my personality, but it lined up perfectly in that I'm go to bed a little bit later, need a little bit more sleep, wake up a little bit later person.
No
It was
way.
wild.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was super cool.
I've only read about it in terms of personality, and from memory, I'm sort of going off memory, but there was like a fire personality, and there was all different types, and the fiery people work well in the morning, and the water people work well in the afternoon because they're slow and flowy. I think that's sort of going off memory, but what stood out for me was the times.
Yeah.
That I don't know which one was associated with which, but you wake up, you're productive. You wake up, you're not productive. So do your win in your most productive thing, hour, time.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone has their most critical hours when their brain works the best. And if you take the time to actually figure out what that is for you and then protect that time so that you can use it for the things that you need most, that will do a world of good for you. That'll change things dramatically, drastically. It's pretty cool.
That can even be a win. Like, protect your time, protect your productive time can be a win for the day. Wins don't have to be tangible.
Right. I try not to schedule meetings first thing in the morning because that's my time where I do my best brain work, not my best talking work. That is the time where I know that my brain can dump out emails and respond to things, but I know that my brain works best for speaking with people out loud later in the day. 11.
Yeah, push it to 11. Let's have a sleep in and go to 11.
If I can work from bed with my coffee for the first hour and a half of the day, I am on it. I am so much more productive that way. And it's amazing. There are some things where yes, do not feel like you need to follow the stereotype of wake up, be productive. Don't feel that. There are some science-backed things that are probably a little bit better for everyone in terms of giving them more energy and the ability to do things like screen time before bed, or like creating a healthy routine for yourself before bed or in the morning, or like not eating loads of sugar or caffeine late at night. Those kinds of things. Like, those are a little more science-backed, but
Yeah.
otherwise, do what's working, like what works for your brain and your body, your whole mechanism, because it's different than everyone else. And I don't know who needs to hear it, but like, you're a beautiful human and soul just the way you are.
100%.
Yeah.
No doubt. I will add that the science-backed things, 100%. We know we're sciencey here, and we like science. We like facts. We like real information. Waking up also and not having screen time, and waking up and starting your day in a positive mindset. So looking at your wins that you wrote down the night before, if that's a practice that you think is going to be good for you, because I'm definitely going to do that. I think that will work for me. So thank you. I'm definitely taking that on. Looking at that first, practicing gratitude, things like that. You know, being just sitting in the moment, having your coffee. You don't even have to open your computer for the first 10 minutes. You can just sit with it, have a coffee, be present, wake up with intention in terms, not intention for goals, but intention to be present and in yourself and starting positive. Try not to just wake up and start scrolling, flat stick on
The doom
reels,
scroll.
the doom scroll. We all do it. I've done it. I've been up at 3 a.m. Nick will come into the bedroom and he'll be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing. I'm just doom scrolling." We all do it. It's just
I found some things on TikTok.
and I'm in this endless loop. Can't
Yeah.
help it.
Yeah. The algorithm knows you too well, and it just continually
Just
feeds you
keeps on-
content
I
you
know,
love.
doesn't it?
So bad.
It's actually I know, it's so bad. It's so artificially intelligent.
Correct. But you know what? We all do
So
it. I
smart
get
of it.
it. But this is where we come back to the small changes, small habits. So, like, if you would have told me at the beginning of this year that I would be spending my last part of the day without my phone, I would have been a little skeptical. But I also started reading more. I started reading physical copies of books more so that I could detach from screens. And so now that's become my like routine is when I get in bed, my phone goes over on my nightstand after I've turned on my alarm. I hate waking up to alarms. If I don't have to wake up to an alarm, it's an amazing thing. I try to schedule my life around that because it just puts me in a sour mood. And then I have to really like fix things. Anywho, backtracking. I started reading more so that now I set my phone down and I pick up my book. And I'm reading something like physically on paper, or I'm writing in a journal, of which I have many. And it doesn't matter if I continue in the same journal. I just pick up whatever journal's around and I write either my thoughts or my wins. And that's what I'm ending up doing the last 15 to 30 minutes of the day. And I'm building on that every single day. But it started with one small itty bitty change. It didn't just happen. It wasn't just a magical thing. And am I perfect every night at it? Absolutely not. It was just like when I made the goal of making my bed. Do I make my bed every single morning at 8 a.m.? Absolutely not. But I got in the practice of it and I started making that small change. And now I sleep better because I make my bed at some time during the day because I know that's what I need. Anywho, small
We're never going to be perfect.
changes.
Like you're never going to. If you set out to make your bed every single day, there are going to be days that you don't make your bed. Like, it's fine. Let's just calm down. Anywho, over time, circling back, no, because I think I led us on a wild goose chase then. I think I did. But nothing unusual. We can achieve way more than we ever thought that we would.
Yeah.
If we just do little bits and pieces. Here we are, 4th/5th of August. Not even August, September, October, 2 months away from our 1 year episode.
Yeah,
Insane.
it's really cool.
It's really
It's
cool.
really, really cool. But it
I
happened because
know.
we made small, achievable goals. Like looking at a calendar, I was reminded that it was this time last year that I was making the decision to step away from the band that I was in. It was exactly a year ago that I was doing that. And like,
Just like 2 minutes ago.
I know. I know. And it would be easy for me to say, oh my gosh, nothing has happened in that time. But then I go and I looked like day by day by day by day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I sold my place. I moved to a new state. I started new businesses. Like, I created new websites. I have done more speaking engagements. I have made all of these connections. Like, when you stop and look at it, you have achieved so much. And sometimes it just takes a second for you to actually acknowledge how much you've accomplished
Hmm.
so that you can get back in that mindset of, okay, if I make this small change today, it could lead to all of these monumental, beautiful other things.
Mm. You could even, if I know you just said you write them in random notebooks, which makes my brain hurt like crazy, but it's fine. If you could write
Oops.
things down in the same notebook, and then you could, or rip the little page out and put it in a little jar or something, and then at the end of the year, you could look at those things. That's all your wins for the year. That
Mm-hmm.
would be cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know people who do that, who actually keep a jar and every day they put something in it
Yeah,
that was
that's
like a
cute.
win for the day. And I think that's really beautiful and could create like an incredible reflection
Mm,
tool,
mm,
which is so important. Like what is growth without taking the opportunity to look back and reflect on it? Like
mm.
and just witness your progress and witness what an incredible journey you've had and been on and what you've done. It's really cool. Actually, I'll share an experience that happened earlier today. I was interviewing a potential intern for my business. And so this girl is straight out of college, and my goodness, did she remind me of myself like 13, 14 years ago, 15 years ago at this point. She so reminded me of myself. And when I put myself back in those shoes, I was like, my gosh, how far I've come in that time and like how much I've grown. And seeing some of the things that are like her goal areas, even, I was like, yes, this is all very familiar. And my goodness, how far we've come. So it was one of those like beautiful reflection things where I looked at somebody else who reminded me of like past self.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, it was really beautiful. It was really beautiful.
And for such a big period of time as well. I think
Yes.
that's where, again, coming back to underestimating what we can achieve in such a big amount of time. I remember when in 2020 on New Year's Eve, we we did like a family thing. We didn't. It wasn't a party. We just sort of sat around, had dinner, sat outside, had conversations, and I instigated a conversation around the last decade. I was like, okay,
Mm,
guys, like let's look at 2010 because sometimes we're so short-sighted. I will go on with my story, but I think we go, okay, what have I achieved in the last day, week, month, this year? Which is great. Like, if that's great. But we don't often go, okay, so what have I done in 5 years, 10 years before this? So we actually reflected what changes have happened over the last decade. And then I remember my sister saying she was like, oh, I haven't done much this year, chat, chat, chat. But then that decade, she'd like had two kids, like moved, bought like two houses, like moved twice, like done all that. And I was like, dude, like that's huge. Like
yeah.
look back at the last 10 years, what you've done. It doesn't even have to be 10. So we're 2025 now, right? So maybe look at, we know 2021 was crazy times. Let's look back at the last 5 years. I'm
Yeah.
speaking like it's December, but my point is, God, I still sound croaky, don't I? just the time, like have that macro vision of time and think about what can be achieved and never write yourself off, because little actions really do compound over time.
Yeah. I mean, I was having that exact conversation over this past weekend with someone. I was talking about 2020 and when we all went in lockdown for COVID and weren't able to leave our homes, and several people weren't able to go to work. And I was like, gosh, that feels like yesterday in so many
Literally.
ways. But then I look at just the big things, not even the little things that happened over the last 5 years. And I'm like, wow, just wow, that is absolutely wild. So when we're thinking about like this year and how we're through already 216 or whatever days and how we have 140 some odd days left, um, even if you just look at the last 200 days, start making yourself a list of the things that have happened and then start thinking through like how you made that happen, how you made that possible, how you got there. And then what a beautiful opportunity the next 140 some odd days are, and that it doesn't end there. It doesn't end at midnight, January 1st. So like
100%.
again, that macro view of just taking yourself out of this mindset where it's not enough and getting into a gratitude. I mean, we could talk a whole lot just on gratitude, but my goodness.
We've got time. We've got time for as many topics as we want.
You have all the time in the world, Sal. I mean, like, maybe we shouldn't ramble on today for too much longer because...
No, that's what I'm saying. We got time. We got time.
Because, like, I did write down in my personal goals that I still want to get outside and do some yard work today, so...
Oh, well,
you know,
go do that. Amazing. Tick it off.
I will. I mean, that's another area where it's like, I wanted to do my entire yard this year because it's basically like a jungle forest that needs to be attacked. And
I'm sure it's actually not.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Send me a picture later.
It is not like Amazon rainforest. You're right. But it is a tall prairie of weeds, and we live in the middle of a neighborhood where I am sure my neighbors would appreciate if we took a little better care of some landscaping. And so over the course of the year, like, we haven't gotten the whole yard done, but like, we have revamped huge parts of our landscaping. And when you start looking at those pieces, it's like, oh, cool, we have done things. That's so neat. Rather than looking at all that what's left. I make myself a goal to work in the yard, 30 minutes to an hour every single day, which adds up.
Does.
So,
yeah. Don't underestimate.
Don't underestimate the power of a few minutes.
Time.
There we go.
And
that's the message for today. That's the message for today. Hey.
We'll revisit this because I think it's a really important topic and maybe at the end of the year. But for today, I think we've summed it up.
Yeah, and please go share on our social media what some of your wins are recently. Go share with us your wins for today, for the hour, for the year. Like, we want to celebrate in them with you. And so go find us over on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok at Apology Void, and let us know what you're up to and what you're winning at. Until then,
have a good day.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, have a great day. Bye.